So quite a few things we need to do today. Now, one thing that I forgot to do last video is I want you to type in has many Stripe transaction for TRX order. Otherwise, it will come to a crash when we get to this line of the code in our TRX orders controller. So that will allow us to do that Stripe transaction create call in our TRX order controller. Now let's go and delete that line 11 and close this TRX order because we don't need to worry about that anymore. Now heading back to our TRX order controllers, what I want to do next after that end is I want to do an if not stripe transactions.empty. So if our stripe transactions array is not empty, then what that means is we made some transactions. So what I want to do after this is I want to, let's put an end here first, want to do order info. So this would gather the following information. So making a hash here to gather the following information. So the following information that we need is our org company ID, which we get from current org person, org company ID. If that is not nil, then, or if that is nil, then we put nil. Otherwise, we put current org person, org company ID. Now, our bill to contact ID, that is our current org person ID. And let's not forget our commas here or else it will complain. Let's just check that all our commas are here. So looks good. So after our bill to contact ID, we also need purchased at. So this would be time now. Our total amount would be what we calculated for amount total. And our transport method would be what is in our session delivery method, which I've been hinting at throughout the series, but still we're not there yet. So we'll just leave you in the dark for now. So after that, I want to do order equals TrxOrder.create order info. So all the keys that we have there, they match or map to our TrxOrders table. So org company ID, bill to contact ID, purchased at, total amount, and transport method, they're all there. Now after that, I want to do a Stripe transaction dot where, because Stripe transaction is a table. Now I want to do where ID equals Stripe transactions update all. So remember that our Stripe transaction is a collection of all the transactions that we made per vendor. So if we go back up here, since we had like 5 vendors, for example, we'll have 5 Stripe transactions. So they all need to be matched for their order ID. So they all have a TRX order ID. So if you go to Stripe transaction, you can see that they all have a TRX order ID. And since all those transactions are in one order, all those transactions need to be updated with this one order ID. So what we're going to do is we update all the records of Stripe transactions with your TRX order ID, Okay, so good so far. Now the next thing we have to do is do TRX order fee equals brackets fee amount and TRX order ID. So total meal shelf fee, that is where we get the fees of all Stripe transactions for this order. And we assign that to fee amount. And of course, TRX order ID is what we get from our order, which we just created, and its ID. Now the next thing we do is we will create the order fee. So this is not meal shelf, that was the function my notes, but total project meal fee. So what this does is it allows us to track in our TRX order fees how much we collected in fee amounts from this one order. So it gives us as the entrepreneurs of Project Meal to track how much we are making from each order. So that's what that is for. Now the next thing I want to do is I want to do a ship address, and this will take the following parameters. Most of them are what we collected from Stripe. When we click that box, you can see that we have shipping name and address line, and that's all stuff that you've already seen. The one thing that we add that is different, that is not using what is provided by Stripe, is our TRX order ID. So after that, what we want to do is we want to save this information in our shipping address, because we have a shipping address table, so we want to save that information in here just to keep track of everything. So we do a shipping address find or create by ship address. Now before we do that, we have to actually create the model for this. So let's just go over here to our models and let us do a new file, and let's save this first as shippingaddress.rb, and it really isn't going to contain much. What it's going to contain is it will have our belongs to TRX order, because the shipping address should always belong to an order, and the foreign key would be TRX order ID, and a shipping address could have many items, and it will also have all the first name, last name, address one, and so on that we put into our ship address variable here. So that's done. Now let's go back and do a order.update, because our orders still have not yet have the shipping ship to contact ID. So you can see that in our TRX orders, where is our orders table? In our TRX orders, we have a ship to contact ID and a bill to contact ID. And the bill to contact ID, I don't think we're ever going to use that actually. Or let me think. Okay, so that is a lie. We actually can't even, my brain is farting, but bill with contact ID is used here, so that is saved in this part of the function. And what we're actually saving here, what we're updating, because at this point we don't have the shipping info that we need, the ship to contact ID, because we just created it in line 123 here. So we save our ship info ID so that we could use this order to refer to the shipping information that we've collected here. And our TRX order ID, again, we didn't create that before here. So again, like similarly, we put the TRX order fee ID in order for us to be able to refer it from the orders. So that's pretty much most of the code there. We also need to take into account something else. So this something else is if our ship info is not nil, then what we want to do is we want to do a product underscore sold order ship info, and then we want to delete all the Stripe vendor charges to clean up our sessions. And I think we have not done our product sold function yet. Yeah, we haven't done that yet. So gotta remind myself that that's something that we have to do. And after that, we'll redirect to the action. We'll redirect to this Stripe success action that we have not written yet, but we'll write it in the next video with the order ID. else we'll just render the index function, and then we'll do an end. And if there are any errors whatsoever, we'll just do a rescue stripe card error E, and we'll do a flash error message that shows the error message, and then we'll redirect to TrxOrders path. And that's pretty much it for today's video. Next video, what we'll do is, let's see here, I just want to make sure that, yeah, we have, I mentioned that, stripe transaction. So in the next video, what we'll do is we'll define our Stripe success function. Let's put an end there to set things up a bit, and we'll also define our product sold function. We'll probably do our product sold function first, since it's also a pretty long function in itself. Okay, so I hope you learned something today, but that's the end of our Stripe function. It's a pretty long function, I know, but hope you learned something. Please rate, comment, subscribe if you're enjoying these videos, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.